name is not anywhere near your name, so I have no idea how that happened. But anyway.
But I am now recording, so we're good to go. Good evening, everybody. This is Dale Lamb with Gardner-Webb University. This is a town hall meeting for MELS 605. That's the students who are planning to either complete their master's degree or their add-on licensure in the summer of 2018. Welcome. We wanted to have a town hall. I see all of your instructors, I believe, or just about all of them, and your coaches. A lot of them are with us tonight. We welcome them. We welcome you. I'm going to be with you for about 30 minutes or so, hopefully less. If it goes longer than that, just turn me on. So we're going to dive right in. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen and go to my desktop. And I'm going to pull up TaskStream. You should be seeing TaskStream at this time. And I'm going to start with the fall 17 add-on people. That's the people who will be in 605 add-on this summer. So I'm going to open your DRF, and you're going to see what your screen looks like. So let's look and see. What is due for you this summer. All right. Hopefully, the add-on folks from 603 this past spring, hopefully you got your skip completed, your OMA completed, and you should be started on your CAP. So this summer you will need to complete your CAP, and you will need to complete your SOP. As you know, we have a template for you. It's in your class shell. Your coach also has it to help you with the SOP. It shouldn't take very long to do that, since it does not have to be reviewed, because it is not new work. It is previous work, and the template tells you where to go and what parts to copy and paste into that final document. So hopefully the SOP won't take you long. Now, for the remaining tasks of the CAP, you will need to do one peer review, written peer review for each of the tasks that you have left. You shouldn't have to, if you Zoom reviewed your CAP task 1, you shouldn't have to do any Zoom reviews this summer. We had you do that in 603. So if you've already done your Zoom review of CAP task 1, you will not have to do a Zoom peer review this summer. If you did not do that, you will need to Zoom peer review CAP task 1. The others, task 2, 3, and 4, you will need to do a written review as well. But you only have to do one written peer review this summer of each of the tasks. We need to move quickly. You only have 10 weeks, and we'll talk about those dates in just a second. You can do your School of Ed dispositions at any time, and you will do your competency analysis at the end after you have done SIOP task 6. Task 6 of the SIOP is where you go in and write all of your competencies one last time. You, of course, will copy and paste those. Now, actually, I believe I have taken that out for you this summer so that we can go faster. Let me double check that to make sure. I did. So you won't even have to copy and paste those. You just write them in task 6, and once you get them written, you just come in and evaluate yourself as met or not met. You do not even have to copy and paste those into the competency analysis form for summer. I took that out in order to speed things up this summer. So that will be good. All right, so back to our DRF. School of Ed dispositions, you can fill them out anytime. Last week, fill out of the semester, fill out your competency analysis. You won't have to copy and paste your competencies in there. You just rate yourself met or not met. They should all be met. Final competency folio, you'll need to put your final round of 21 competencies and the 2 summary assessment and knowledge of instruction questions. You'll need to do your final round in your competency folio. Once you have it done, request comments from your clinical coach, and as soon as you get word, you will submit that for evaluation. You will click on this button right here, Final Competency Folio, and you will upload your competency folio into your DRF portfolio for evaluation. Please remember, do not share, do not publish. You must submit it for evaluation here. Do not share, do not publish in order to get comments from your coach. You request comments. I'm going to show you that right now. So when you go to your folios and web pages and you finish, see if I've got a 17. Sure I do. Right, here's one. We'll use this one. So when you finish uploading one artifact or proof for each of these 21, you do not have to do digital learning competencies. As you know, they are embedded. You can upload your logs for comments here. When you get all of these loaded, for example, communication, you can do them one at a time. We prefer you to put them all in there or put several at a time. You request comments. Do not publish, share. Request comments of your clinical coach. They will clear your folio. You will upload it and submit it for evaluation. Internship logs as well. All your logs should be here. Now, back to your DRF portfolio for Spring 17 add-on. Or excuse me, Fall 17 add-on. All right, so you're going to make sure that all these things are done. Your skip's already done. You'll finish your CAP. You'll do your SOP. You can do your dispositions now. Your competency analysis is done last week. Or whenever you finish your SOP, you can do it. Final competency folio, when you have all of your 21 competencies in there and your internship log for this semester, you request comments and then you upload it here for evaluation. When you have your final internship log of the 3, when you have it completed, make sure you upload all 3 of them for each of the 3 semesters you've been in the program, and you can submit them for evaluation as well. Please do not submit just this semester. Submit all 3 from fall, spring, and summer here for evaluation. So that's for folks who started in the fall and in the add-on licensure program. All right, let's look at the folks who started in the spring of 17 or in the regular master's program. Pretty much the same thing. If you haven't completed your CAP, you will go ahead and complete it. I think all of you pretty much have and submitted it. You have the PSYOP this semester, your School of Ed dispositions, which you can do now, your competency analysis, again, as soon as you finish your PSYOP, you can do that. You do not have to copy and paste from PSYOP task 6. You could just rate yourself met or not met, upload your competency folio, and upload your Int 3. You will have 5 internship logs to upload, and you upload those and submit them for evaluation. Now, let's talk about dates. We start today. We end on July 30th. The soft date for having everything uploaded in TaskStream is July 1. That means it should be in there. If you have work that gets returned or you needs to do something else, that'll give us 2 weeks. Our hard date will be July 15th will be our firm date, because on the 6th, because on Monday the 16th, I have to turn all the names in to the registrar. That's to get your name in the program if you're graduating, or get your certificate printed if you are a add-on licensure person. So that's the drop dead date, Monday the 16th, and so I need everything by the 15th. So I can get that list together and get it to her on Monday morning. If you can beat me to getting up Monday morning, you can put it in Sunday night, I guess. But it needs to be there Monday morning when I do that final list. And that's a hard and fast. I can't, she has to send them off that day to get everything printed. the programs for graduation, your diplomas, and your certificates. All those lists have to go to Jostens on Monday, July 16th. They have to go that day from the registrar's office. So those are your dates, those are your times, those are your requirements. Now, don't be that person that says, well, I finished all my requirements for 605. That means I get to finish when you've had something lacking from one of the other semesters. Don't be that person. Your portfolio has to be complete. My assumption is you've done all the work in the previous semesters. If you have not, you will need to catch that work up as well. I don't want to hear an argument, well, they let me pass on through, so I don't have to do that now. That is not the case. These portfolios are submitted to the state for licensure. So make sure that you understand your portfolio must be complete. So if you're not on track, you need to get yourself on track. But if you're on track, I have just covered what is due for you this semester. All right, let me take a question right quick. How long it takes the state to recognize add-on licensure? Well, Seth will send them in as soon as graduation is over. You will be retroactive back to the date of graduation in August, which is, look at my calendar. Graduation is on Saturday, August 4th, and so your licensure will be retroactive back. Normally, you won't actually get the notification in the mail with a new certificate, with it added to your certificate until November. But it will be retroactive back to August. If you need a letter, like if you're applying for a job this summer, as soon as you complete your portfolio, even if class isn't over, I will be glad to write you a letter that says that you are cleared for a job, that your licensure will be applied for on Monday, August the 6th. But I can't write that letter until your task stream portfolio is complete. So if you get it completed, say July 1st, and you're applying for a job in August, I can write you a letter that says that you are cleared for licensure. I do it all the time, but only once your portfolio is complete, because that's a contract between me and your school district that you're applying for the job in. And now that assumes that you will pass your class, but that's usually the least of our worries. All right. So that covers that. Now let's look at, that's task stream. Now let's look at Blackboard. All right. I'm going to look at, again, I'll start with the regular masters folks. This is Dr. Stedman's class shell. Dr. Stedman has all of you this summer, all of you that are spring 17 regular masters program. He has all of you. Everything is set up in his shell in terms of the weekly class schedule, the discussion boards, the rubrics for the discussion board posts, the syllabus and program handbooks. All of these things are here. He has a place for you to upload your task for his final grading. Make sure that you do that. He also has each of his Zoom sessions labeled here in terms of the content that he will be using with you when he has class with you each week. Dr. Stedman, what night do you have class with your 605s this summer?
Tuesdays at 7 o'clock, and Dave already got the information. It's in their class shell, and I've already sent out reminders of that as well. But
Okay.
But they will find in the Zoom sessions, they'll find that everything is hidden. I've hidden everything at this point until we get started.
Okay. Now, please remember, Zoom sessions, weekly sessions will be recorded. They are optional. They will be recorded, and the link will be sent to you to watch the videos later on in the evening. It's up to you whether you participate in those. As always, I would encourage you to if you can, but if you can't, watch the videos later. But please make sure that you understand that, yes, you need to get your evidence artifact work done and all your tasking done as well, but you have discussion board activities this summer that go along with this course, and make sure Dr. Stedman will work with you on those. I'm guessing his pacing will be that he really wants you to focus on your evidence artifact work first, but then he will have things for you to do. Don't be that person that completes your portfolio but doesn't pass 605. Make sure that you do what you need to do to pass 605. All right, let's move on to our folks who are 605 add-ons this semester. Dr. Sanders is with us, and so I'll open up one of her shells. Again, she has all of her shells. She has a discussion board. She has all of those are under course content and activities. You will need to be in touch with her about what night of the week that she comes online. For all of you who have Dr. Todd, Dr. Sanders, Dr. Robertson,
Dr. Wilson.
Dr. Wilson, you will need to make sure that you know what night of the week or when they're coming online, so that you can be a part of that, or you can at least watch that. It'll be posted, the video will be posted each week. Okay, so Kevin says, is there anything we have to accept saying that we're in class for the university? Yes. So to start these courses, thank you, Kevin, for reminding me. Go to course overview. This is for all 605 courses, and you will have an enrollment verification for summer. That's what Kevin's asking is, what do you have to do to verify for the university? It's under course overview. You simply click on that and verify your attendance. And then most of us have a next steps, and just read those in your course. But right here it is, Summer 18 Gardner Webb Enrollment Verification Activity. That's where you start in each of your courses. That's under course overview. Make sure that you do that. Everything else, all of your information is here. And you should be able to open this up and get started. Questions about courses this summer, questions about task stream this summer, questions about turn-in dates. I want to cover the turn-in. We had some people join us late. I want to cover the turn-in dates again. The first soft date that everything needs to be in task stream is July 1st. The drop dead date is July 15th. Work that comes in after that time, if it's been sent back for revision, but I talked with the evaluators last night. We're going to get that work turned around back to you. But July 15th is the drop dead date. Monday morning, July 16th, I have to turn all names in for completion for add-on licensure and for graduation. If you don't have your portfolio done, then I can't turn your name in. You will go to $6.99 in the fall. Okay, questions? Good. Dr. Todd is having her first Zoom conference tonight for her class. No, having her first session Tuesday night, tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, and it's posted. Dr. Stedman's having his tomorrow night at 7. Dr. Todd's at 8 tomorrow night. Is there anything different for students who receive credit for 605 as far as enrollment? No. Nope. You just go in and verify your enrollment in the course, and that's all you have to do in terms of for the university. Okay. Let's see. One more question here. Okay. For those of us enrolling in the additional 2 courses after we receive our add-on, what is the plan? Are we to re-enroll? You will have to, if you have done the add-on licensure in 3 semesters and then want to go back and do a second master's degree starting in the fall with 602, you will need to go back and contact the graduate school, Ben Brown or Kathy Simpson, and you will have to go through a readmission process. Since all of your things are on file, it usually doesn't take very much to do that. But we have a good many students who are doing that now. We're anticipating that some of you will do that, and so you need to go ahead and contact either Kathy Simpson or Ben Brown in the graduate school, the people that got you in to begin with. You will need to go ahead and contact them now and let them know your intention so that you can go through the process this summer so there won't be a delay in your enrollment in the fall. Dr. Talent is having her first Zoom meeting on Wednesday, May the 23rd at 6 p.m. for those of you in the class. Is there a template for the skip? No. And that's intentional. The templates are AppSell, AppTel, OMA. We don't do one for the skip. It's too individualized. We don't do one for the CAP. We will give you one. You do have one for the SOP. My hope is that you will create your own. You'll go back to, you'll unpack the rubric, as they say. You'll go back to the scale handbook and you'll create your own template for the skip and the CAP. That was the idea. Teach a person to fish kind of thing rather than give them the fish. So hopefully you will be able to create your own templates. Other questions you have for me? All right, so we've covered Blackboard. Let me go back and see. Let's see. We've heard from Dr. Todd. We've heard from Dr. Sanders. We've heard from Dr. Stedman. Dr. Wilson has an event at her school tonight, and she could not be with us. She sent her regrets.
But she has sent her information out already to students.
She's already sent hers out. Dr. Robertson is in, I think he's somewhere up north, and so let's see. Let's go to his course overview page. Okay, Dr. Robertson, his first Zoom meeting is tomorrow at 7 p.m. And he'll share the link 5 minutes before it starts. And there's his information, and there's his enrollment verification. So that should be everybody. Everybody should know when their first class is this week. It's either Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, 6, 7, or 8 o'clock. What if there is no 605 course showing in our Blackboard? All courses are available now. So what that means is if you don't have one, you've probably got a hold of some sort. If you can't see,
Dr. Lamb, who is that student? And I'll write the name down and I'll help.
I'll tell you privately.
Okay, send it to me privately. Okay.
There, we will. Usually, that means there's a hold on your registration if your course is not showing in Blackboard because they're all available. That person, tell me whose section you're supposed to be in, or tell me. I guess you don't know whose section. I'll have to figure that out. Let me write myself a note. I'll write myself a note. I'll get back.
Melissa, there are no peer reviews for the SIAP.
So we have a student in that 605. Dr. Sanders' meeting is Thursday at 7 o'clock. There are no peer reviews for the SOP. That's correct. Dr. Sanders' initial meeting is Tuesday it's Thursday at 7 o'clock. Thursday at 7 o'clock for Dr. Sanders. If you don't have a class shell for 605 this summer, that means there's a hold. You need to let me know, either chat here or send me an email, and I'll figure out, I'll get back to you as to why that is. Oh, exempt from 605, whole shows, exempt from 605. I don't understand what that means. So if you're exempt from 605, you won't have a 605 shell. You'll have an intern shell to put your work in. So to the person that, if you don't have to take 605, but you haven't finished your evidence artifact work, Dr. Sanders says my 605 students need to check their emails for additional work. Okay, so Dr. Stedman's shell is not hidden. Content in the weekly sessions is hidden.
Just for the Zoom sessions.
Just for the Zoom sessions.
And they'll understand after I meet with them tomorrow night.
Okay. So we got another person who's not showing a 605 shell. Now, for the person that says that they don't take 605, you won't have a shell then. You will just finish your portfolio in your clinical shell. You will have a clinical shell. You will have an intern shell, and you will finish your work in that shell. Shows Dr. Lamb and Sarah Whitaker. And so, yeah, Dr. Talent says, remind everybody to check their Garden Web email. All right, to Erica. So you have mine and Dr. Whitaker. Whose group have you been working with in terms of keep your same peer group, your peer review group that you work with? Which shell were you working with those in? That's the one you'll need to access. Okay. Dr. Whitaker and Dr. Z. Yeah, you can continue to work in their shells then. You're still available to them. All right, so back to a question for Tracy. Clarence will look and see why you're not in Dr. Stedman's shell. You should be. Dr. Stedman, can you go and look in your grade center, full grade center, and see if Clarence is there?
Clarence Garrett.
Yep.
I have not seen that name, but I will go look and see.
We'll need to figure out why he's not registered for your class.
In the 605 class?
Yes. In one of those two classes, he will be in one of those two classes.
Okay. Okay.
And if he's not there, you'll need to follow up with Seth to see if there's a hold.
Okay.
Clarence Garrett.
Okay.
That's 2 R's and 2 T's. Garrett. You'll need to see if he's not listed with you. All right. So for the question that Kendra brought up tonight and Tracy followed up with, once you have done your 3 semesters and got your add-on licensure, you can come back and do 2 courses and get a second master's degree. And the good part of that is I've got one. I'm working with one right now doing that, well, with more than one. But when you come back, all you have to do is your 2 classes. 2 classes you have to do are 2 and 4, 602 and 604. because you took 1, 3, and 5 already. 602 is research and assessment. 604 is curriculum and instruction. 602 is with Dr. Malia Neal. 604 is with Dr. Anita Sanders. And the courses are robust. They should be something similar to what you've already had in your first master's program, and that's why we don't have you take them in the second one. The students seem to enjoy them, but there is some rigor involved. They are tough courses, but they're made much more bearable by the fact that you don't have to do evidence artifacts. Your portfolio is already done. All you have to do is pass those 2 classes, and you get a second master's degree. You don't have to pay any fees, portfolio fees. You don't have to pay internship fees. You don't do any of that. You just take the 2 classes if you want to, if you want to come back. Are they both offered in the fall? You can't take them both at the same time. 602 will be offered in the fall, and 604 will be offered in the spring. They won't let you take them both at once. So 602 will be offered in the fall.
Dr. Lamb, Clarence is not in either one of my classes, so we need to get that fixed tomorrow. So
send Seth an email and find out what that is, since you're the instructor of record.
But I know we're with a lot of students. Get Clarence my information, send him my phone number and my email, and we'll make sure that I'll communicate with him tomorrow, and we'll get this straight.
All right, I can do that. I can do that. Other questions that folks have? Anybody else on faculty that's with us tonight have anything that they need to share with the group? All right. I think we're Dr. Stedman. I'm going to you got anything else that you need to go over with anybody before we sign off? I think we've covered everything we need to.
I don't. I have a lot of interns this summer. I'm letting them get through with their course instructors first. They need to meet with them initially. I will be sending them an email, and then I will be working with their course instructors, but I will be monitoring things along with you in task stream so that they can finish this summer. But they don't need to hear 2 masters at one time, so I want them to hear their course instructors first and know that I am coming close behind them.
Yep. Yeah. I've encouraged the clinical coaches not to bother you this week. Let you get your feet on the ground with your classes, and then they'll be in touch with you for next week. So there's not a lot. I don't mean to be ugly now, but there's not a lot that they can do to help you at this point. If you get stuck on something, they will, but you know, it's 10 weeks, folks, and you've only got pretty much 6 or 7 of those to get things cranked out. So now don't hesitate to get in touch with your coach if you need help, but don't let yourself get behind. Waiting on something. Your coaches will be in touch with you next week. We had a meeting yesterday. We'll meet again Monday, and I'll encourage them Monday to start contacting you if you need anything. But we don't want the process to be burdensome. There's no need to put checks in the box that we don't need. I'm not really interested in you doing much in terms of your intern shell this summer. If you have a class shell, we've set up Dr. Stedman's shell where you can do communication with him. If you get stuck, we'll bring your coach in. But everything's got to be done, needs to be done by July 1. That's only 6 weeks away. So we need to be rolling. You're going to have to pick up your feet and run this semester. It's tough, especially on you add-on folks. So I hope that you've got a good start on that cap to get that thing knocked out. Dr. Pickard, do you have anything before we go?
No, sir. I think we're ready to go.
I think we're ready to roll this semester. You know, now this spring, of course it was spring, we only have one. We only have one that was planning to graduate that didn't get through this spring. One. My goal this summer is 0, to get him through this summer and for y'all to be 0. So do not hesitate if you've got issues, problems, troubles. Do not hesitate to get in touch with me, with your instructor, or with your coach. Let's not leave it late. Let's get on it now if there's an issue or a problem. If you're interested in the add-on program, on going back and get your master's after you finish the add-on, please get in touch with me, and I'll get in touch with the appropriate people or help you get in touch with them.
Dr. Lamb, one thing, those of you that, all those that are in the 605 full program, do not be alarmed because you cannot see anything under Zoom Week 1 or Zoom. Do not be alarmed. It's by design that I've done that. But your discussion board, all that is there. So, you know, don't hold back on that. But the other is by design. So don't worry because you can't see anything. You'll understand that tomorrow night when I meet with you.
Okay. All righty. Okay. One last question and we're out. What would be involved in getting your doctorate if you already have a master's in add-on? We offer low residency now in Goldsboro, Charlotte, and main campus. It's a 3-year program. If you've got all that, 2 years of classes and 1 year of dissertation, it feeds right in. If you're interested, email me and I'll forward your email to Dr. Laws, who's in charge of that program. We have a lot of folks who come through who follow that route and get into the EDD program. But remembering now, it's low residency. That means you have to meet on weekends. But you only have to meet, what is it, 3 weekends now, Dr. Stedman?
Yes.
3 weekends a semester, but that's all day Saturday and all day Sunday. That's 6 days. And then you have some Zoom sessions on the weeks that you aren't meeting face-to-face. You have some Zoom sessions. I do mine on Saturday mornings. I do 3 face-to-face weekends, and then I do 4 virtual Saturdays where we meet on Saturday mornings. And so that's how that goes. And again, you have to come to the site in Goldsboro, Charlotte, or main campus in Bowling Springs. We do not have an online-only program for that. It is low residence. Okay. Did I say that you could start that in the fall program this fall? If you already have your master's degree, they're recruiting for that right now. You'd need to get on that very quickly. You'd need to get in touch with Dr. Laws very quickly if you wanted to start that in the fall rather than a second master's degree. But right now they have made cohorts. LS has made cohorts in Goldsboro, main campus, and Charlotte, I believe. And so you would need to get on that right now if you wanted to do that in the fall, as opposed to doing the second master's degree. Other questions that we have? All right. I'm going to send Clarence an email, and we should be wrapped up this evening. Don't hesitate to contact somebody if you need help. I'll be talking to all of you soon. Thank you for joining us tonight.